Owatonna Showdown here in Owatonna, where your PWC Shakopee Sabres taking on the Iowa Ames white team. There's nothing white about this team, as they would be well-protected deer hunting. It's the brightest orange I've ever seen on any jersey ever in my life. Down there. We got about 2 minutes left in warm-ups. Your Sabres looking to bounce back after a heartbreaking loss in the waning moments of game number 2 to fall to Forest Lake. Sabres looking to come out with a W here against their Iowa opponents. Sabres wearing white, accented by red. Ames glowing in the dark with orange, with a little bit of black and cream highlights. All right, just about a minute to get underway with the game. Alright, just getting a few more things set up. Both teams working. We're on their west rink here, so much different view. I'm way closer to the ice, so I'm going to have to pan quite a bit in order to cover everything on the ice. So hopefully I can keep that camera moving for you, keep the game in focus as your Sabres look to take down their Iowa opponents in game number 3 of the Owatonna Showdown. Zoom out now and see if that'll help some. There's the buzzer. Time is up, and pucks will be collected. We're going to get 15 minutes on the clock, 3 15-minute periods for the game. All right, here come your Sabres going around the crease, trying to give a little pep talk, get ready for the game. Sabres are going to be without Aiden Flom. He has a super severe cold and doesn't feel like he will benefit the team, so he has opted to pull himself from the game. Smartly so, recover, get ready for the game tomorrow morning. Alright, we're at West Rink here at the Four Seasons Ice Complex. Sabres look to control the face-off. That's Lewis getting a stick on it. Now the Ames Flyers try to send it in, but Violet says no. Ooh, there's an upstairs. I wonder if I can get upstairs and get a better view. Might have to look at one of the intermissions. All right, behind the net, centering attempt goes well out. Able to be kept in at the point. Puck pops up, and now Bravo finds it and starts down the ice. He goes cross ice over to Lewis. Lewis not able to wrangle that up. And now back to Bravo. Bravo shot. Lifts it just up and over the net from what I can see at this vantage point. Puck is down on the far end. Not a really good view here. And shot and goal for your Sabres. I did not see who took that. It looks like Lewis going through the line first. So Lewis possibly from Bravo. It's a long ways down. I got old eyes. So Sabres get first blood. 14:02 the time of that goal. Putting them up 1-0 over the Ames Flyers. Johnson now centering Esch and Culver. Some new look lines here. Lenkeek back to defense along with Giesecke. Oh, this doesn't work. Sorry for the shaking. We're on metal bleachers, so anyone moves anything, it will shake the camera. Wrapped around, picked up by Culver on the far side. Culver tries to headman pass to Johnson. Johnson taps it, controlled now by Ames. Ames spins, goes off the boards, up to their forward player. Esch gets a stick on it, back towards Giesecke. Giesecke slops it and goes the length of the ice for icing at 13-18 in the first period. Some of the moms doing a 2025 thing. There's a 6'7" player out on the ice featured right there. And they're doing the hand motions and everything for 6'7". In offside is the Flyers. So we're out to neutral face-off dot, where Erdahl, taking the face-off, moved up to center. Puck pops up, Violet slows it down, gets it up towards Erdahl. Erdahl backhands it and gets down the length of the ice. First to the puck is the Flyers, but hugging the boards, that was Chesbo. Quickly tapped in by, is that Kuiper on the left D. And now Ames looks to break out. Violet steps up, changes direction of the puck. Violet gets body checked into the boards. This is Pee Wee hockey, not Iowa hockey. Offsides was waved off. Number 96 a step ahead of number 2 trying to carry the puck. It's close enough is, I guess, the rule for these refs. Now up, Erdahl has Bielke to his right. Erdahl on his backhand, shovel passes towards the net, goes behind the net and around to the near boards, which we can't really see through all of the glass. Erdahl spins it over to Kuiper, well positioned to take that pass. Kuiper hits the red line, tries to dump it deep, turned over by the Flyers. And now the Sabres making changes. That's Giesecke trying to find Bielke. Now Giesecke slappers one deep into the zone as the rest of the Sabres have changed. Up along the near boards, picked up by Lenkeek. Lenkeek tried to throw one towards the net, blocked by the Flyers. And now loose out front. Bravo made the shot in and then took a second swipe, but covered up by the glove. Here we have Johnson taking the face-off, comes out along the near boards. That's Lenkeek stepping up. He pushes it down a little bit deeper. Bravo going after the puck. He wins that battle, cycles it back down deep behind pile up of the Flyers out behind the net. Lenkeek looks to spin, able to control it. There, Johnson sends it back down deep to Bravo. Bravo behind the net gets pushed in to the boards, out to the point, and that is Giesecke keeping it deep. Cycles around. Bravo centers, throws it towards the net, just deflects wide. There is Bielke sending it out to Giesecke. Giesecke in that no man's land through all those glass panels that we can't see. Cycles it around. Referee, thank you very much, holding the zone for a moment. Now up and off of Lenkeek's stick and backhanded in by Johnson for an offsides. .52, time of that whistle. Erdahl back out there with Culver and Esch flanking him left and right. Kuiper sends one, finds some open ice, starts sending it in. Didn't angle too deep, so the Flyers able to get that up and out. Erdahl now backhands it towards the direction of Culver. Culver has a step, gets it in deep, stays with the puck. He's got a big Flyer in front of him. They try to wrap it around. It gets kind of stuck up along the boards. Here, Violet stepping over. Violet tries to step into the lane. Flyers get it past. Stolen away by Kuiper. Kuiper deflects off the leg of a Flyer. And now Esch, surrounded by Blaze Orange, loses the puck. But with the support of Erdahl, gets it back. And now Esch marches in. Esch shot towards the net, and leg pad save, and the goaltender forced to jump down and cover that up. 10:06 left in the first period. All right, Flyers control after that face-off. They come around their own net. Looks like they're skating out. Same puck carrier going around. She's got speed. Shot in on goal. Big save by Anderson. First shot on goal I think that he has seen in the game and stands up to the test. Here is Bielke sending it up, but not out as that same Flyer. Oh, kick save by Lenke. And that was Chesbo trying to feed Johnson. Johnson one-on-one with the Flyers. Johnson kind of loses the puck. Now he just plays it deep as the rest of the Sabres catch up. Chesbo back just below the goal line on his backhand now. He's floating out there looking for any sort of thing, dodging and weaving, and now he slappers one out towards the point. I don't know who's covering D there. That looks like Giesecke. Held the line, sent it back down. Now he sends one in, blocked by the skate of the Flyers and carried up and out. Here comes the Flyers marching in. Giesecke gets a stick on it, disrupts the puck carrier. And now Johnson gets his skates in that lane and steals the puck away. Flipper by the Flyers in. Bielke settles it down, gets it past 6-7, and now the Flyers just push it back down deep. There's Giesecke wrapping around, gets it to Chesbo. Chesbo settles it down, flips it up, and Chesbo and Johnson have a 2-on-1 forming. Chesbo tried to feed Johnson, missed the connection, and Flyers there. Johnson able to catch up to it, and there was Chesbo, backhand, no-look flipping it, trying to get there. Here's Lewis now, marching back, covering the D position. Lewis flips it over to Giesecke. Giesecke hits the blue line, now the red line, and now just before the next blue line, dumps it deep, and he goes for the change. Bravo and Erdahl out on the ice. Bravo flips the puck deep. Erdahl goes to chase along with Lewis. And Flyers send it up out of the zone. Kuiper battling. He just sends it wide as the Flyers had a little bit more speed and momentum than what Kuiper had at that moment. Erdahl flips it over to Bravo. Bravo pulls it over to this near corner, and the Flyers tip it up, but not past Lewis, who carries up and out of the zone. Flyers regain control. Violet gets a stick on it and slaps it over to the far side. Bravo turns, big wide turn, picks it up and sends it up and out of the zone. Sabres maintain that 1-goal lead. And now picked up by Bravo. Bravo in, shot from just inside the blue line, goes wide as he was tangled up. Here's Erdahl spinning, avoiding some stuff. Centering, shot, deflects right in by Lewis and just a little bit wide. There's a trip there on Bravo. No call, no arm in the air. They're not waving them like they care. Erdahl now sends it over to the open ice on the right-hand side. Ames able to get it up and out of the zone for the first time in about 45 seconds. And Violet battling 3 blaze orange sweaters all by himself as the rest of the Sabres go for a change. Kuiper gets a stick on it. Now Kuiper loses that, but picked up now by Lewis. Lewis hits the red line, dumps it deep, and will complete the change for the Sabres. Here's Culver trying to catch up to the puck, but Ames has carried it up and out. Big shoulder by number 71, I can't even pronounce that name, on the Flyers, and they dump it in offsides. 6:26 left in the first period. Yeah. All right, we got Johnson, Esch, Culver up front. Johnson bodying, gets his feet moving and kicking the puck, but Ames turns it over. They wrap it around behind the goal. Lenkeek first to meet it. Lenkeek gets kind of slapped into the boards. He gets the puck right back, chips it up and out of the zone. Ames quickly goes D to D to find some open ice. They're on the wrong side of the red line, so if that would have went deep, that would have been icing. And there's an offsides from the hooded referee on Ames. So we'll have a face-off neutral ice once again. All right, Erdahl flanked by Bielke and Chesbo. Erdahl kind of holds tight while he had the ref in the way. Now he digs along the near boards. He's got the support of Bielke. Erdahl is winning that dig, and he sends it down, but held in by the lefty of the Flyers. Now Erdahl picks it up. He's got Chesbo to his left. Oh, Erdahl looked to feed Chesbo. Bad angle on that puck, and Flyers almost had a odd man advantage rush in, but out of nowhere, Ace comes in and steals the show. Now neutral ice play. There's a backhanded effort by Erdahl. Loose in the neutral zone. Now Chesbo picks it up. Chesbo kind of gets spun around and took, and there's a power play for your Sabres. There's Erdahl with a shot in on net, and the Sabres going on the power play for the first time this game with a tripping call on the Ames Flyers. If you're watching a different stream, Bantam B1 is taking on Mankato in Mankato at their Civic Center. They just took a 4-3 lead in that second period in Mankato. So dual hockey games going on. I'm following both. I got some skin in the game in both games, so it's fun to watch. Great hockey day Saturday here in late January. Bravo picks up the puck, shorthanded, shot towards the net. I don't know if that hit off the defender or if that was off the goaltender. Bravo pulled down. Now he's being held down and beat on his back in the crease. 55 seconds left. Lenke gets up and spins. Now Bravo, who was being held down late to the puck, but in perfect timing, goes in the feet of a whole bunch of players and now just out of the reach of Lenke and cleared down the ice. It's losing its momentum, so there will be no icing. Lenke sends it over to Giesecke, who taps it up to Lewis. Lewis now finds a fresh Erdahl. Oh no, Erdahl's been on the ice, I think. Erdahl steps around one Ames Flyer. Erdahl send one in and right into the breadbasket of the glove of the Ames Flyers for a save and held on for a face-off deep in the zone. Oh, 5-3 now in Mankato for those of you who might want to cheer on the Sabres. That's being streamed on Shakopee Hockey 1. You're watching Shakopee Hockey streaming. Here out to Violet. Violet, oh, just couldn't settle it down. And now he sends it in well off sides with 18 seconds left in the power play for your Sabres. Trying to get a little bit better camera viewpoint here for you. Get the camera up a little bit higher. Sabres have it. Erdahl on his backhand on the left-hand side. Spins, centers it. Oh, kind of goes through the front of the paint, but no deflection towards the net. Now lost in that corner we can't see. And Bravo disrupting the apple cart down front. Erdahl throws one in on net. It looks like save made and deflected aside. There, Violet just dumps it back down deep. He's got Esch there. Erdahl does a nice stick lift trying to regain possession. Erdahl stays with the play. Referee in the way. And now here is Esch loose. Tried to just backhand come along it as the power play expired. We'll have a face-off deep in the zone for your Sabres. 3:18 left in the first period. All right, Lenke gets it. Oh, block shot. He tried to pull one in from the point. Giesecke hustling back. He sends it over to Lenke. Lenke looks ahead, sends it right onto the stick blade of a Flyer. And there Chesbo dumps it down deep. And Bielke giving a good chase over on that near corner. Bielke gets a stick on there, but Flyers look to carry out. Stolen away by Johnson. Johnson runs through. There's Bielke with a shot. Net is dislodged. We get a whistle. And we got an Ames Flyer down on one knee. I think they might have dislodged that net and took a post to the leg area. All right. Short bench with Flom sitting out this game due to illness. They're held in by Giesecke. Giesecke for at least a moment. Now he has to hustle back. Oh, Giesecke got away with a little slash. And Lenkeek with a great stick in the lane avoids that shot towards the net. Here's Bravo picking it up along the far side. Out to the point. Ames able to hold it way high, fluttering shot. And Ames taking a jab at Lincoln after he had it in his glove. Refs need to settle that jump down. We're going to put number 96 on our poopy list for going after. Oh, great read by Andrew Lewis. He's off to the races. Lewis in. Lewis shot. Goal for the Sabres. Andrew Lewis picks up the puck, skates like 160 feet, and sinks it in the back of the net. Time of that goal, 2:16 in the first period to put your Sabres up by 2. Who's up by 2? Bantam B1 in Mankato. It's 5-3 right now. All right, there is Culver picking it up. Culver chips it up ahead and deep, and the Sabres go to work, grinding down deep in the offensive zone. There's Esch first to the puck. Esch gets pushed into the boards. He's got support by Johnson there on those end boards. Now that Blazehorn hunting jersey comes out with the puck. They go wide, and got to put the brakes on as they march in. Centering opportunity disrupted by the Sabres. Shot point blank. We had number 61 for Ames floating out there, and Lincoln stood the test of time and made a huge save. I don't know how that guy was uncovered right in the slot, but he spun and threw one right in on net, and it was a danger zone there for a little bit, as Kenny Loggins would say. Picked up at neutral ice by Erdahl. Can't quite catch up to it as the puck squirted off his stick. I feel like I'm not level. Oh, I was level. It's tippy. All right, sorry. Down in that near corner. You can't see anyways. Too much glass panels. Sabres look to control it down in the offensive zone. 1:12 left in the first period. And now spun and kept deep by Erdahl down in no man's land. Met at the end wall. That is Chesbo battling. He pushes a flyer into the end boards. Here's Kuiper back. Kuiper makes a move for the puck, and Ames gets around. Violet back, and thankfully Ames is not good at target practice. Sends one up and over the net. Erdahl marching in on the right-hand side. He's got Chesbo to his left. Erdahl pressured, and there's no passing lane available. Chesbo picks it up. Chesbo spins, looking for anyone out front. Chesbo tries to tuck one in tight, but the Flyers, with 30 seconds left, able to clear the zone. There's Giesecke. Offsides is the whistle.
This is Kylie Chesbo. Here's my joke. For all the orange they're wearing, they sure can't shoot. Oh!
Oh, they can't shoot. That is true. Puck is loose there. Cuts across the slot. And wrapped around. From his knees. Bravo. Bravo gets it up to Giesecke. He tries to find Lewis. Lewis tangled up and at the buzzer. That's how we'll do it after one here from the Four Seasons complex. Sabres take a 2-0 lead into the second period. We'll be back right after this.
One hot and ready classic. We actually changed it with...
What? You've changed, Little Caesars. You've changed! They've changed, Balloon Bro. You've changed, Karate Man. How can you dance during a time like this? You've changed. Ah! Tell me why.
It tastes even better because we added 33% more pepperoni.
Give me one of those.
Walk in and walk out with the new Hot and Ready Classic with 33% more pepperoni.
Pizza, pizza. Makes you want to eat some pizza, doesn't it? Pizza, pizza. All right, after one, Sabres lead 2-0 over the Ames Flyers. Check out the benches. Again, Sabres skating shorthanded. Aiden Plum came down with an illness during that first game. He is on the bench supporting his team, cheering him on and helping how they can. Ames, can't miss them. They glow in the dark. They're like an orange-sicle, popsicle, but brighter. Zoom out here a little bit. Maybe a little more. All right. We're going the other way, so right to left on your television screen for the Sabres in this second period. Looks like we got Erdahl at the dot with Culver and Esch left and right of him. Erdahl tied up. Erdahl still poking away. He finds it. He's skating in, skating on the right side. He tried to take a shot towards the net. He was tied up, and Ames controls behind their goal line. Flipped over to these near boards, and Culver has support from both Erdahl and Lenke. Erdahl finds it, pulls it off the board, sends it back down deep. Esch steps up, and he gets it over to Erdahl. Erdahl, ooh, a little bit of elbow. No call. We like that when it's against us. All right, hard charging back is Giesecke. He's going to be the first one to the puck. Anderson helps slow it down, and Giesecke gets tied up. Puck down in the defensive zone, and now up along the near boards, but not quite out of the zone yet. There the Sabres able to get it out. So we're right about the red line, and Ames dumps it back down deep. Remember, 15-minute periods, so Sabres not used to those longer period times. District 6 is normally 13 minutes, so boys have to dig deep. A couple minutes each period, 6 extra minutes of game time for this tournament. Flyers go D to D and lose the puck right in front of the Sabre bench. Bouncing there, Esch gets a stick on it. He's got the support of Giesecke. There's like 3 sticks on one puck. And now back to Lenke. Lenke flips it up, and better be careful by the Flyers. They could have touched the puck and gave us a power play with too many men. That is Esch in. He tried to throw it in. Erdahl sends one off the side of the net. Erdahl cycles around. He strong arms, keeps the puck down deep. Picked up by the Flyers now, and out to the point. Lenke on his backhand quickly just chaps one over. We had a partial change happening, and so Violet has to hurry up and get back as the Flyers march in to the offensive zone. Centering attempt, not on net, and Anderson, I think, made a save and pushed it back behind the net. There's Lenke tying up the Flyer player with his face planted into the glass. There's 5 players in one little corner. There's a lot of ice. They should spread out. Shot in, blocked by, I think that was blocked by Lenke. That hit squarely on his shin pads. And now touch the puck. Oh, that could have been too many men called. They were on the ice and the other player was not off. Refs are letting it go. They're playing Mr. Rogers if you're in the neighborhood to steal one from Mike Hansen on that quote. There's Chesbo sending it down deep. Flyers able to pick that up. Bielke got a stick on there, but didn't slow up the Flyers too much. And now they do an exit pass, but that's going the distance, and we're going to have icing at 12:11 in the second period. Why do I keep sliding here? I like a level tripod, but we're not staying level. All right. Erdahl tied up. He's got Lewis to his right now, up to Violet. Violet just sends it along the boards. And that was Lewis trying to find anybody out along there. Kuiper steps up. He sends it down deep. Bravo here. Bravo spins, sends one towards the net. Goaltender can't reach it. Lewis over there to play it. Out to the point, but not out. Violet holds it. Violet tries to regain footing. He sends it wide of the net. Bravo behind the net. He's trying to settle the puck down as he's getting attacked by a Blaze Orange Hunter. Out to the point again. Violet now just uses the boards and sends it down deep. Bravo going to be first to the puck. Bravo tries to slow it up. He gets kind of shoved in the boards. And now Erdahl tried to pick it up and drag it along the side of the net. Now Erdahl cycles it back down deep. It's going to be 2 Ames Flyers to the puck first. Kuiper steals the puck away and lights up. She doesn't like that. Be nice to the ladies there, Mr. Kuiper. And played up and out of the zone. They just want to take the pressure off. Violet back. Icing waved off as Violet picks up the puck. He finds Bravo on the near side as the Flyers were going for a change. Bravo tapped it, but picked up now by the Flyers, and they cycle it around their net. Lewis steps in. Lewis has a little sandwich party with some orange sweaters and dug out from the boards by Erdahl, but it's loose out front. Erdahl spins, shot, goal for your Sabres! Erdahl finds the net, the puck on his stick just outside the crease and puts the vulcanized rubber to bed in the back of the net. All right, Esch getting strong-armed and pushes the puck into the offensive zone. He's got 3 orange sweaters on him. Now up and over Giesecke's stick. And Ames coming in with some aggression. They have an odd man rush for a moment. Shot in on net. And save made. I missed that. Brody Johnson's now in net for the second period. So, Anderson served the first period. And Johnson came in at, I think, the start of the second period. So maybe they're not planning to change halfway through the game like we've seen before. Or something maybe happened with Lincoln. I'm not sure. Anyways, Brody in net with those big black pads. So much to watch while trying to commentate and video. I miss so much of the game. Now puck out to neutral zone by the Sabres. And picked up, sent into the offensive zone, but that's offsides. You can't be in front of your puck carrier. They're going to let it go. Again, another Mr. Rogers play. That Giesecke gets thrown into the boards, now pulled down. They're letting anything go. Johnson, there's an arm in the air. They're waving like they just don't care. Looks like there's a penalty being assessed. It's going the length of the distance, unless that was a hand pass. No one's going to the box, so I guess it must have been a hand pass. So we're going to go deep into the offensive zone for your Sabres. Erdahl, Chesbo, Bielke up front, out to Violet. Violet just chips it down deep. Chesbo going around to the end boards. He tried to get his feet in the lane. Here picked up by Kuiper. Kuiper loses the puck, and they're off to the races. Violet coming over to take away that angle. Erdahl, out of nowhere, comes and gets it out of the zone. Now he picks up his own rebound to clearing zone, and he's got a one-on-one. Just can't catch up to it. Hit the stick, skates of Bielke, kept in the zone at least for a moment, and now sent the length of the ice. Icing upcoming on the Flyers. 9:08, time of that whistle. Why am I not level? All right, maybe that's better. Along the far boards now, Ames looks to get it up. They pop it up over Giesecke's stick. Lenkeek back. Lenkeek swats at it, keeps it to the side. Now Johnson makes the save and somehow stayed out of the back of the net. Brody Johnson is the magic man. All right, here's Bravo. He's getting going. Bravo on his backhand. Saw the orange sweater coming in and just dumped it deep. There, Lewis steals it away. Lewis can't quite get it over, and now up and out of the zone. Giesecke goes wide and picked up now by Bravo. Bravo swats it in as he hits the red line and dumps it deep. Sabres go back to work in the offensive zone. There's Lewis spinning. Hits the wrong stick. We want that on a friendly stick. Giesecke from the points, keeps it on the outside. He finds Johnson. Johnson marches in off the wall and right out to Bravo. Bravo, this is a great look. Oh, just up and over the net. If we were playing soccer, that would have been a goal. Johnson, backhand, no look, right out to Giesecke. Giesecke flips it to Lewis. Lewis shot on net and whistle dead. Well, the goaltender must have had his mitt on it. And so we got a quick whistle by the refs at 7:46. Looks like the game in Mankato has concluded with the Sabres taking down Mankato 6-3. So now all of our attention is on this game here in Owatonna at the O-Town Showdown. Violet from the point, deflected, dropped straight down and just wide of the net. Now cycled around to this near corner. Good positioning by Culver to get ahead of where they wanted to get that clearing pass. Picked up once again by the Flyers. They chip one up and over the stick of Esch. And they look to center and they get it past Kuiper. Kuiper back. He redirects the puck to keep the momentum going towards the offensive zone. The Flyers carry it down. Wrapped around all of the boards. Into that no man's land. So much glass in our way. We can't see. 6:55 left in the second period. Tapped ahead and now picked up by Culver. Culver is marching ahead. Culver's got two orange sweaters. Culver is able to not get the corner turned. We got Esch floating right out in front of the slot. This is, I think, like an all-girls line, it looks like, for the Flyers. They cycle it back down and find an open pass as the Sabres making a change. Where'd the puck go? Oh, way down in that far corner. No icing, so it must have been tapped by somebody. Picked up by Violet now behind Johnson in the crease. Violet able to get it to Oliver Johnson, and now he picks it up. Chesbo's momentum just drug him on the wrong side of the blue line. He tried to put the brakes on, but unable to keep his momentum from pulling him the wrong way. All right, D by the Flyers, and now in shot up off of, I think, the blocker from Johnson and into the netting. All right, 5:51 left in period number 2 here at the O-Town Showdown. Game number 3. Puck trickles right through the slot and now cleaned up by Lenkeek. Lenkeek cycles it around to that no man's land corner. Played towards the net and a big slapper. That was by Giesecke. Gets it up and out of the zone. Here picked up now by Erdahl. Erdahl hits the red line. He sends it in. Lewis gives chase. Lewis slows up the puck. Erdahl picks it up. He taps it towards Erdahl. And almost a tap-in backdoor by Bravo. Bravo cycles around to one orange sweater. Now he looks to center, pops up off the stick of the Flyers, and hops over Lenkeek's stick. He hustles back, picks up the puck first. Holds onto it for a moment so the Sabres can get on sides. But that was just for a moment as the Flyers able to get it up and out of the zone again. Here's Bravo back into the zone, backhands, centering look. He had Lewis coming in, but there was a Flyer in the way. Bouncing puck. It's almost like we got a tennis ball out there, not a hockey puck. There's a blocker save by Johnson. Flipped way up in the air, did not hit the backboard, so play is still alive. And that is Giesecke sending it out to the point as it looks like Bravo lost an edge as he got spun around. It's out there on the slot, now gathered up by Erdahl. Erdahl loses the puck, but now picked up by, somebody crashed into the boards. on the side. Who is that? They get up now. Lenkeek dove for the puck and went headfirst into the boards. Still deep in the offensive zone. Shot in on goal. Big shot, misses. And here Lewis picks it up. He's got Bravo floating up ahead. Oh, harder pass would have gotten Bravo, broke free. Holding is not called on Erdahl as he was being held up, not being able to get after it. Here's the Sabres on a change shot up high and wide of the net. Johnson finds, that's Bravo. He tips it ahead, and we're going to have icing at 3:40 of the second period. Back behind the goal, Johnson, Brody looking left, looking right, looking left, and now carried up and out there to Oliver Johnson. And now Culver was waiting. The puck just couldn't get settled down. I don't know if that was on camera. Zoning in here a little bit, trying to pay attention to everything. Up and into the glove of Brody Johnson, and he holds on for a glove save. 3:12 left in the second period. Sabres leading 3-0 over the Blaze Orange Ames Flyers. All right, face off by Erdahl. Sent back to Violet. Violet slaps that around to the near corner. Picked up by, that is Chesbo. Chesbo marches. He is able to get it in, but it lands right on the stick of a Flyer. And now not held at the line, and Flyers pick that up. They march the other way, hit the red line, and now collapsing on it is your Sabres. They're able to get that up and down too far the length of the ice. No, icing waved off. Puck died. Got some dirty ice out here. All right, stepping up into the play. That was Violet holding it for a moment. Now picked up by the Flyers. Violet hard charging back. He's got to support a Kuiper. Kuiper ties up the offense of the Flyers and now spun around to the near boards. Out to the point, but held. Big shot deflected out front. Johnson gets his stick out there, pokes it away from near the crease and up to the point, but held once again. There, the shot goes way so far wide. Makes me laugh. That was so bad. All right, chipped up and spinning. That's Violet finding somebody up to Chesbo. Chesbo gets pushed off the puck. And he regains his footing, but not before three more Flyers gather back. Sabres going for a full change. And now Chesbo, I guess, stayed out on the ice. So we got four fresh skaters. Chesbo puts the brakes on. He tries to slap one ahead, but lands on the stick of a Flyer. And the Sabres go into the box for tripping at 1:34. That's a penalty kill upcoming on your Sabres. That's number 27, Mason Gieske, for tripping at 1:37. Going to the sin bin. All right, shorthanded for the first time this game. There's about 3 seconds difference between. Oh, Lewis trying to steal. Lewis creates an opportunity, shorthanded, and gets it down deep. Flyers look to break out and get in the offensive zone with the man advantage. Little head contact by Erdahl. He shrugs it off, and puck goes around to the near side. 59 seconds left on the power play for the Flyers. Erdahl gathers it up. He's got Lewis floating just ahead. Erdahl goes wide. Lewis puts the brakes on. Lewis now holding the D spot, making sure that they don't give anything up to the Flyers. And now stepping into the play, Johnson gets his feet in there, turns it over, but it lands right on the stick of the Flyers again. There's a great poke by Lewis forcing the Flyers to get back on side. Johnson and Lewis playing strong defense on this penalty kill. A bouncing puck, and what's going on there? Somebody lost it. Erdahl lost the stick, tried to go pick it up, and gets hit from behind. Here is Oliver Johnson catching up to the puck, spins, finds it. Johnson shot, bounced up high, loose right out in the slot. There's no other Sabres there to control that. Good opportunity for Oliver. And with 3 seconds left, the power play concludes. Shakope's at full strength and shot in on goal at the buzzer. And the Sabres are going to survive, taking a 3-goal lead into the third period here in Owatonna. We'll be back right after this. All right, we're back. Third period is about to get underway. 15 minutes on the clock. 3-goal lead for your Sabres. Looking to rebound on the weekend after a tough loss to Forest Lake, which they held the lead in late into the third. Violet chips one down the length of the ice. And up and just out of the reach of Kuiper. Kuiper trying to catch up to the puck. Kuiper spins, sends one to Culver. Culver taps it and gets it out of the zone. Here is Esch hitting the red line and dumping it down deep. Good puck management by the Sabres right now, early in the third. Now chipping it down deep. Culver goes to chase for it. Ames is there first. Flyers wrap it around. Out to the blue line, but Violet able to hold it once and twice at the blue line, and now with the support of Erdahl, who sends it deep, the Sabres have built a good wall along the blue line. They're chipped up and sent just wide. Culver first to the puck on the far side. Didn't get to anywhere. Now Kuiper steps up into the play. Flyers strong arm and able to get that up and out of the zone. Picked up by Violet. Sabres good at the line. Violet just taps it softly along the near boards. Flyers able to get that up and right back to Violet, who chips it right back again. Now we're going to try a different approach. Here's Chesbo fresh on the ice. He chips it up to Bielke. Bielke gets it to Johnson. Johnson marches in. Shot. There was more of a wind than a shot there. And Ames able to get it up and out of the zone. Hard angle. And Johnson down. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Thank you. We had quick whistles last game. Here, I think they were waiting for the world to end before they blew the whistle. 13-11, Johnson with a big save. He had his leg pad down and couldn't do anything more than finally wait for Mr. Referee. Spun and glove save by Johnson. Tight in, 13:05 left in the third period. Johnson is working on some gear with his leg pad. You know, if mom and dad want to get some new leg pads, I just sent a photo of some pretty sweet ones. All right, he's got that fixed. Giesecke wraps it around. Giesecke gets an elbow to the head. Ames getting a little frustrated. They haven't been able to get past us. Now Giesecke clears it away after Johnson makes the save. He spins it around to Bravo. Bravo avoids the collapsing Flyer player. Gets it to Erdahl. Erdahl now hits the red line. He goes wide. He turns the corner. Erdahl in, still on his backhand. Tried to send one towards the net. Lewis was floating out there. There's Bravo getting back into the play, and Ames gets it up and swinging and missing. That was Lenkeek, but the puck comes down, and we got the support of Erdahl to pick that up. There's Giesecke avoiding the check and gets it to Lewis. Puck is here right along the near boards. Bodied, and now Erdahl carries out. We got Erdahl, Bravo, and Erdahl gets it over to Bravo and Lewis. Lewis, dragging shot. Oh, kind of hit something. Erdahl spins and throws one towards the net just a little bit wide. And now there's multiple blaze orange jerseys unable to be held at the line. Sabres retreat. Erdahl spins and sends one in softly as the remainder of the Sabres go for a change. Ames able to dump it in, kicks off the back of the net. Kuiper picks it up. Kuiper skates it around, sends it to the near side. Misses a whole bunch of Flyers players. And Johnson seals it away. Johnson in. Johnson. Shot just trickles wide. Goaltender took up just enough of the net to not give any daylight for Johnson to stuff it home. No man's land down there along the near boards. Looks like Ames is coming out with it. That is Kuiper bodying as the puck up rolling. Gets deep in the zone. Kuiper staying with the player. Centering attempt misses everybody and goes out past neutral ice and down in the offensive zone. Johnson, first chaser, puts some pressure on, and Ames tries to clear it out, but Kuiper gets a stick on it. Spin and picked up at the line. There is a shot close in. Johnson, Brody with the save. And that's a trip behind the net as Violet goes tumbling down. No call. And now picked up along these far boards. Ames keeping the pressure on. Centering attempt, shot, and they center and get one pass. Goal number 1 for the game for the Flyers. 10:26 time of that goal. There was a Flyer uncovered on the backside and a nice centering opportunity to put it right to the back of the net for that forward. Lenkeek sends it over towards Giesecke, batted ahead by the Flyers. There's Erdahl hard charging in. And there's a whistle, and it's dead as we got Giesecke down. He collided hardcore. Looks like Brody coming to check on his teammates. Brody helps him out. Giesecke holding, it looks like an arm. He's off on his own, holding his arm though. So let's hope that he is all right. He's going to the open door.
Assisted by 71 Vitelli and
All right. They're trying to say this is sponsored by Pizza Ranch. No, it's sponsored by Little Caesars. Get that right. Ames even knows they're wearing the Caesars colors, blaze orange. They're Chesbo along the near boards. Ames pulls it off, but now gathered up. Oh, Ames is looking, and Johnson makes the save as that squirted in. I think his leg pads, he was able to hit that wide. And now Lewis feeds over to Chesbo. Chesbo keeps the momentum going, but doesn't get it up and out. Ames is in another gear right now that we haven't seen yet after getting that first goal on the scoreboard. Kept to the outside. That's Erdahl doing all the work. He flips it up and around. Bielke trying to get to it. Oh, it squirts through. There's Lenkeek with a great stick. Keeps it out wide. And now they cycle it around. They're playing from behind the goal and chips up. shot in, blocked. Oh, that chipped up and over Brody's pads. He had all of the net covered. They tried to go up and over it, but they couldn't. Lewis now gathers it up. Lewis sending it down the other way, gets it up and out of the zone. And Flyers dump it back down deep. They're offering a lot of pressure. There's Erdahl, and that's Chesbo avoiding a check and trying to stay with the puck. Chesbo's stick lifted, and he gets cross-checked, no call. He got struck down from behind. Oh, there is a call. All right, Sabres going on the power play. This ref on the far side saw it. Flyers touch the puck, and we have a Sabre power play at 8:48 in the third period. Ref had to go to the bench, who the player had tried to evade the authorities and skated to the bench to get off. Pulled off the bench and go into the box. That's number 71 for the Ames Flyers. Minor penalty. I think they called for roughing. 8:48, time of that penalty. Minor penalty is a minute and a half in this tournament. Bravo steps up, dumps it back down deep. Culver goes to chase after it. Wrapped around by Ames to this near boards. Picked up. Kuiper. Shot in on net. It's loose and gathered up. And Ames Flyers goaltender made a big save. Johnson at the dot for the Sabres. Spins, sends it right back to Giesecke. Giesecke lines up. Oh, gets a shot blocked by the Flyers, and they send it down the length of the ice. Kuiper strolls. Oh, no. Centers and tries to get it out of the zone, but sends it right onto a Flyer. Acting by the Flyers. Gets pushed down off the puck and was trying to be overly dramatic for a call. Oh, that was Johnson trying to find Giesecke on the far side. There is Bravo, hard angle shot right along the goal line, misses the target, and now stepping into the play is Giesecke. Johnson now on the other corner, digs it out, sends it back around to Bravo. Bravo has had it just hop over his stick, and there is Bravo stealing it, picking the pocket from the backside and keeping it deep in the zone. And now we got a whistle, and number 44, extra action, going to send himself to the box. And it looks like Bravo going to the box as well. So it might have been a one call, but 44 decided to shove his fist in Bravo's face. And we're going to go penalty aside. Time of that penalty, 7:37. Referees discussing it. We got a minute 30 on one and 2 minutes on the other, so they maybe just need to alternate it. What are they calling here? We'll wait and see. I don't know why there's a 2 minute penalty up there. The referee's going to the benches to talk. They're leaving the scoreboard as is. I can't be right. Coach Lewis for the Sabres discussing with both refs. We have a minor penalty on Bravo up there for a minute and a half. There's a minor penalty on number 44 for the Flyers. That's listed as 2 minutes, but there's no 2 minute penalty in this tournament, so not quite sure why that's listed up there as 2 minutes unless it's just something they can't change on their scoreboards. I'm not sure. Refs talking to the other bench now. They're discussing the weather and also dinner plans. All right, so looks like we're going to go 5-on-4 hockey. Ref looks like maybe trying to get the penalties updated on the scoreboard. 7:37 again, the game time for these penalties. Ref's still at the box trying to figure stuff out. I don't know what a 2-minute penalty is. It should be a minute and a half for minor. So now they deleted the other penalty, which doesn't make sense because that still had time on it. Oh, I didn't even see how much time was left on that one. Technical difficulties here in the game. That's a good time for an ad. If you're hungry, why don't you get some Little Caesars pizza? Carry out our delivery. Get some crazy bread or try our new deep dish slices and sticks. Just $4.99 gets you 2 slices of pepperoni deep dish, 4 slices of Italian cheese bread, and a crazy sauce. That's America's best value and the easiest way to pizza. All right, referees still discussing. I don't know if they're still having a problem with the scoreboard. Now they've cleared out the 2-minute penalty, which shouldn't have existed in the first place. Bravo's still listed up there at a minute 30. There should be a minute 30 on the one, and then I think there was like 20 seconds left on the minor, the first minor. No, 44 seconds, I guess, left. So a 44-second power play, and then it'll go back to 5-on-5 hockey with the coincidental minors. All right, all set. Still 7:37 left in the game. And so there should be 3 people in the box for Ames, the way they just announced it. I'm confused why they just announced 3 people. There's only 2 in the box, so unless they were just trying to catch up with the announcements. So Bravo in for roughing, Ames in for unsportsmanlike. What? Oh, there should be a third. Oh no, what the heck? Now there's 20 seconds? We liked 44 seconds left before. Oh. All right. They don't. Well, they don't. Yes. But they announced 2 separate penalties at that time, so it should be we should be a man advantage for a minute 50 according to their announcements. All right. Oh, let's take a look at Mr. Brody Johnson. Did a little spin pirouette. Oh, he's waving to the camera. Say hi to Mom and Dad. He's just taking a timeout. Stay stretched out there, Brody. All right, I think the refs think they have it figured out. Okay, so we're 5-on-4 hockey. 7:37, Sabres lead 3-1 over the Ames Flyers. There's your recap. Wow, this was a very long 5 minutes of confusion. All right. They announced 2 penalties. I think the ref is looking for a third person in the box. The ref's still trying to figure this out. The box announced 2 penalties. So I think the Sabres should have a minute 50 of power play the way it was announced. Because you can't be greater than 5-on-3. But now Ames Flyers coaches discussing with the ref on the far side, while the ref on the near side discusses with the box. Would have been a great time for a potty break or to order Little Caesars pizza. Oh. Let's take a feature on Brody again. He's just staying limber and loose, skating around. Been playing a great game so far. He started the second period and has stayed in net since. After Anderson was able to get through the first period with 0 shots allowed or goals allowed. Okay, where are we at now? Oh, let's just go here. 2 refs still talking. And we are going to go to 5-on-3. No, what are we doing? 5-on-3 hockey. So we're going to have a 5-on-3 for 20 seconds, and then power play for 1:10, apparently, is what they are listing. Out to Giesecke. Giesecke launches one towards the net just a little bit wide. Shot in on net. Oh, unable to get the second shot as he was tied up. There, Lewis launches one right onto the leg pads of Flyers. Flyers have a cherry picker here. Cleaned up by Lewis, who was back quick, and Erdahl picks it up. And so now we have 5-on-4, but there's no penalty being shown. Maybe that's why they left the coincidentals up, so they knew the timing of that. Oh, I'm so confused most days. Bouncing puck out to Giesecke. Giesecke sends one in just wide, hits the stick of a Flyer, and Prime is clicking down with the Sabres man advantage. Spinning and now gathered up by the Flyers. They lose it as they enter the zone. Chipped up ahead by Giesecke. That's in the snow, but far enough for icing. 6:29 remains in the game. 22 seconds left in the man advantage for your Sabres. All right, Johnson, Violet, Bielke, Kuiper, and Culver out there for your Sabres to end this power play. Shot goes up wide and around. And Kuiper holding the Ames player to the board. Well, that looks like Johnson and Bielke both look to dig it out. Johnson successful with mining the puck. And he gets it up to Culver. Culver had it kind of tangle up in his stick. And so now the Sabres get it up and out. Power play has not expired for the Flyers. They're still 5-on-4. Time is up on the clock. And puck is loose. Hits the side of the net. Johnson tried to reach for it. And now just out of the reach of the Flyers. Flyers still skating with 4, so I'm not exactly sure. I'm going to leave this power play up for now. I would have thought it had expired with that minute 30 minor, so confused. All right, Johnson picks it up behind the net. He cycles around. He tries to center. He looked to center out. Went out all the way to Violet. Violet now slaps it back down deep. Along the near board, swung around to the far side. Culver looks to get on the right side. Kuiper tried to get his stick in between the ref's skates, but the ref in the way and unable to tangle that down. Here, the Flyers still down a man. I'm not sure why this is. They've been on the penalty kill for quite some time, so there must have been additional penalties assessed that I don't know. Because 7:37 minus 4:37. That's 3 full minutes of power play for the Sabres. Their chipped ahead is Chesbo, and attacking the puck is Erdahl. Erdahl loses it on the end boards as the Flyers skate up and out with it. And there's Giesecke getting a stick on it, slowing up the entry for the Flyers. Ref's feet in the way, but picked up by the Flyers once again. Erdahl hard charging back, and he gets shoved into the boards. All right, Chesbo flips it up, but not quite out. Flyers chip it up high, and it's a bouncing, rolling puck now. Erdahl picks it up, slaps it up ahead towards Lewis. Lewis goes after it, but Ames able to hold it. They send it in wide. Lenkeek deflects it wide of the net. .353, and the Sabres
One hot and ready classic.